Yo, what's up guys? Jack here today, bringing you a live commentary. This one is not scripted, I promise. Most of them are, but this one is not. And this is some Dirty Bomb. Now, this isn't live commentary as in I'm playing the game right now, commentating, because that's actually really hard to do. Well, it's hard to make like a good live commentary anyway that's informative and not boring. Hopefully this isn't boring, but yeah, this is Dirty Bomb, playing the objective game mode, defending at the moment, and I went with the main sniper of the game, Vasily, and it's a cool backdrop for what I wanted to talk about in today's video, which is mouse sensitivity. Now, when I'm live streaming or in video comments all the time, whether it's on a CS video, a Battlefield video, Battlefront, whatever, any FPS game, people always ask me, yo, what's your sensitivity? Or, you know, what mouse do you use? Something like that. They're always asking. And I think a lot of people are kind of uneducated in this respect, and they use all sorts of different sensitivities for different games, and that's perfectly fine. But I've always had the opinion, the belief, the mantra that really you should use the same sensitivity across all games that you play, all first-person shooters anyway. And that's because you get used to it, right? You get used to how it feels, you get used to a specific field of view, you get used to how much you have to flick a mouse to make sure that you get that drag shot, you get the headshot, the recoil control. And consistency is really key, especially if you're like a really competitive player and you're always try-harding. Let's say, you know, you're always trying to improve your game, get better, and just feel more accomplished, because, you know, it feels good. I mean, yeah, I mean, me playing Dirty Bomb or rounds of CSGO matchmaking or BF4, it ain't gonna have a big impact on my life at the end of the day, and that's the same for most people as well, unless you're like a pro player. But you know what? When you pull off some sick shots and you have a nice round, it feels good, man. You know? It feels really good, and consistency is key, like I said. And Dirty Bomb in this video is a really cool way of demonstrating this, because, you know, I'm using the sniper class Vasily, and it's a nice way to practice. Now, what I do to be consistent across all games is I try and match every single game with my Counter-Strike sensitivity, right? And I've used that same sensitivity for like literally 10 years, which is 2 in game and a DPI of 400. And I use a Razer Death Adder mouse, optical 4G edition. I used to use an IntelliMouse 3.0, but then they stopped making them for some reason. I don't know why, damn you Microsoft. But the Razer Death Adder is a great replacement, and the optical edition especially is very consistent for me, and there's no acceleration problems, there's no skipping. It works great, especially with a cloth mouse mat like a SteelSeries QCK Heavy, for example. So now, it isn't an exact science with me, although if you want, you can make it an exact science. Like, there is a website you can use called mouse-sensitivity.com, and you can use like a calculator that they've got on the website where you select the game, you select the field of view, you put in the sensitivity, and it will give you the exact same sensitivity value to use in a different game that you select. So if I use like 2 sensitivity in Dirty Bomb, I could put that into the calculator and it would go, hey, this is that sensitivity in BF4, right? Or CSGO. That's how it works. You can use that if you want, but with me, I don't really do it as exact as that. Like, the way I kind of do it is I put my hand on my mouse and I do 2.5 quick swipes with the mouse, and for me that's a 360, right? So and then a half, I don't know what that is. That's just the sound of the mouse swiping apparently, because it totally makes that noise. But that's how I do it. I just do 2.5 quick swipes, and that's a 360. And I've actually got like in Counter-Strike, to make sure, say for example I go to a LAN or I've got like a new PC, I have a technique that I use on Inferno, the map, where I put my mouse on the edge of the mouse mat and point it at a specific spot, move it all the way across to the right hand corner of my mouse mat, and then that should land on a specific spot every single time. And if it does consistently, I know that that's my aim. And you can do this in other games as well. In Dirty Bomb, you could pick a point on the map, do that 360 and be like, yep, that's it, that's my sensitivity. And like I said, it is really incredibly important. Like, consistency and practice is key. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but with FPS games, with shooter games, even, you know, third-person shooter games like Battlefront, for example, although you can play that in first person, like, if you're consistent and you've got that muscle memory in your hand, and I know some people say there's no such thing as muscle memory, that's fair enough, you're entitled to your opinion, but I really think there is. And I think if you've got a sensitivity that you're used to, it's going to make aiming and switching from game to game just that whole lot easier. And here's me trying to master the double jump in Dirty Bomb. I still haven't got it right. Like, I'm still a complete noob at doing this. We'll get it eventually. There we go. I think I put a little crouch on at the top. Didn't kill that guy with a headshot though. If you want to be a good player across the board, consistency is key. Get a sensitivity that you feel comfortable with. Get a mouse that you feel comfortable with, a nice mouse mat, and just practice, you know, just play and play deathmatch, play again and again and again, and eventually you'll feel comfortable and you'll get it. Also, turn mouse acceleration off, that's bad, trust me. Now, there were some Quake 3 pros back in the day that use mouse acceleration, but in my opinion, for modern games, nah. Mouse acceleration equals bad, because the distance that you move your mouse is different every time and based on how fast or slow you move your hand. And rather than being like a 1 and a 0, it's not. It's more like a curve. Put it that way if you don't understand mouse acceleration. That's my understanding of it anyway. But yeah, so this was a pretty successful round of Dirty Bomb. I ended up getting like 33 kills or something, and Vasily, you know, he's a very kill orientated class, and especially when you're defending as well. If you can pick people off with those headshots and then just quickly finish them off from a distance, you can really disadvantage the enemy team and stop them pushing that EV, which is ultimately the final goal here. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're interested in checking out Dirty Bomb, there's a link down in the description below. It is completely free to play. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What mouse do you use? What kind of sensitivity do you use? And how do you guys calculate it across games? What method do you use? Thanks for watching. As always, guys, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thumbs down if you didn't. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.